All right. Just for clarification, one more
Oh, were
time, I
you
can
the
record
dude?
this.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
All right.
sure. You were the dude that recorded Striker, right? You were with Striker?
Yeah, I debated Striker. Yeah, heck
Nice.
yeah, bro.
Post debating a field mice part 2.
Actually, one of my friends has my second debate with Striker because I debated him twice, and it's
Yeah.
like 5 hours. I don't know if I should upload it or
Oh
not.
my god. I'm probably not going to debate you past like 40 minutes. Okay. So,
Okay.
okay. So, just to be clear, we're doing uh not like Gara. What the fuck is wrong with me? We're doing Might Guy versus Garou. I was gonna say Garou was Gara. Um, and so that's basically it.
Yeah.
Would you like me to start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so first we can go over AP. I'm probably gonna argue that Garou is multi-continental in AP. This comes from, I guess there's a lot of evidence supporting this, but the main one I'm gonna direct you to is towards Garou's fight with Saitama.
Hmm.
So Saitama stated, right, that he was going to actually go serious against Garou, um, so that he can see Garou go all out because he didn't think he was going all out against him. And so Saitama started doing serious series punches. Um, and even though Garou stated that Saitama was literally, it was like a child was like toying with like a what is it? It was toying with a toy, I guess. It was still, we still know that the threshold of serious series from Saitama was exceeded, and we know that um, these what is it? These attacks that Garou was being hit with and surviving should then at least scale to the attacks that Saitama was dishing out towards Boros. And the reason this is relevant is because there's a calc for multi-continental Boros. This comes from the beam that he shot that was stated to destroy the Earth's surface or destroy the world, depends on which interpretation you go with. Um, but of course, the argument would be that since his body was able to withstand the force of him saying he's going to destroy the world while launching that attack, then basically Gara was tanking, what is it? Gara was tanking multi-continental levels of abuse to his body. And then also, they should be relative as far as durability and AP goes for those reasons.
Okay, can you drop the calc?
Yeah. Do you want the scan as well as the count?
Yeah, please.
That was a lot. My bad. I didn't know how to like be concise with that at all because there was multiple layers to it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I can compute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, where should I drop? Find if there's a scans channel.
I think we're supposed to drop in the tournament channel.
There it is. Tournament debate scan.
Hmm.
So there's a link to an Imgur gallery featuring on this chapter of One Punch Man, and then I'll drop the calc as well for multi-continental Boros.
Okay. Oh, it's Imager link.
Boros. Right? Yeah. Wait, it's Imager? I thought it was Imgur. I'm pretty dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I pronounce it both ways, and then no matter how I pronounce it, someone always gets mad at me. Hmm. Ooh, scary.
Hold on. Uh,
Serious table flip.
so here's one um, calculation in accordance with Boros stating he would wipe the surface.
Okay.
So, are you serious? Alright. My phone's just being a butt. So here's the statement that he's going to wipe the planet's surface, and then here's one of the calcs. They actually have several calcs on this, so these are actually confirmed multiple times. Wait a second. Now I'll just link the calculation to you.
Okay.
And if you want, I can send you multiple calculations because they all seem to be in accordance with one another. So it seems as if there is substantial evidence given that there's kind of a consensus when calculating this thing among the community.
Yeah, can you give just one more? I don't need that many. Just one more.
Sure.
Cool beans.
Let me see if I can find it for you.
By the way, just so you know, I'm mad nervous.
Nah, don't be. I'm ass. Fiction.
He's secretly Forbidden Tier, who's Combine Harvester level in Parrot server.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm pretty. If I remember, yeah, Forbidden was one of like the first people that like stomped me when I started debating on Discord. Cause like when I first hopped
Sure.
on, I went on like a binge of like finding people that are like supposed to be good and like getting stomped by them. It was great.
That must be Forbidden's only good feat. Because, no, what are Forbidden's feats, seriously? Because I asked Forks this, he didn't know.
There it is. All right. Sorry, I had to rejoin. So there's another one. So that's a calculation for why Saitama canceling out the blast from Boros would at least need to be multi-continental to even do so.
Okay.
So let's say, of course, that somebody is coming at me with some force, right? In order to stop them, or in order to even bounce them backwards, I would need to, demonstrate a force at least equal, if not surpassing that force that was presented to me.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna contest
So-
that. I would, but nah. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, to be fair, I almost failed physics last year. So I'm not in a play really argue about physics, but
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
So of course the argument is then that if the threshold of a serious series attack that Saitama demonstrated against Boros is multi-continental level, then even during his consecutive punches, if you recall to the Boros fight, he was able to obliterate Boros' body, which was able to withstand the force of his multi-continental level attack. Then Garou is receiving, and his body is not breaking to the force of a multi-continental attack. And then, of course, you can make the argument that durability should be at least somewhat relative to AP as well.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I'll accept this. Yeah. All right. So we can move on to my IP.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome sauce. So I'm gonna start off with feats from 7th gate guy. I can upscale to like 8th gate later if I need to, right?
Sure.
Awesome
8th gate
sauce.
is gate of death, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you're going to be able to use that one in this debate, though.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
All right. Awesome sauce. So all right. So 7th gate guy has some pretty delicious scaling. In the 7th gate, he sort of like pushes back Jubi Madara, and like just a little bit. He didn't do anything super crazy. And him kind of throwing hands. Also, I think he hit him with like I think it was like a Hirudora or something, the same one that he used on like regular Madara Susano. Um, and was able to like push him back, and that's really impressive, right? Because this Jubi Madara, just by existing, should scale above the Ten Tails, and the Ten Tails was like registered as a small planet on the radar. So even if you say, right, that like he didn't like make him die or anything, right, it would still be like easily highest end multi-continental to like even moon, if not small planet. I can give you scans for that if you want.
Sure. So you're saying that pushing back Madara should be some kind of at least small planetary level feat. That's the first claim, right?
Yep.
And the second claim is that Madara scales in that form to the Ten Tails, who is then stated to be planetary.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, if you would present that, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Here. All right. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah. First, I'm gonna get him pushing back Madara.
Bitch, don't drink the fucking puddle. No, sorry, not you, my dog. Hold on. I'm out here with my dogs for a walk, and she just walked up to a puddle and started trying to drink it. Like, no.
That's funny. Yeah, and in the scan you can even see like even like Minato and them, they're like, yeah, just don't hit his black stick, right? That's the truth seeking orb staff, by the way, for context. So they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
just don't touch the balls of existence erasure, and you'll be good, right? And you can see like it's weird because it's in manga format. I grant that, but you can see like each time there's like like I don't know if you know this, but like in like manga sometimes they'll have like I don't know what to even call it. Like that little like weird shaped blob by their fist when they hit something, and Madara's like jumping back.
Yeah.
Also, we know Madara is like no stranger to like taking damage. So he wouldn't Madara wouldn't need to like especially in a straight line, right? Like Madara is a combat genius. He's not just gonna back in a straight line unless there's at least some sort of threat, right? And then Madara was a little bit shook when Guy was like about to launch the Hirudora in that same scan.
Yeah. So then, are you posting them in tournament as well?
Wait, say again. Yeah, it's in the.
You're posting it in tournament as well. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I have no contention with the guy pushing back Madara. I'm a little bit familiar with Naruto, so I know that Guy is capable of pushing up Madara in these later gates.
Mhm.
The only thing that I really need is that Madara scales to the Ten Tails, and that the Ten Tails is at least like something planetary, a small planetary, or something.
Okay, yeah, I got you. No problemo. Okay.
Actually, I don't even necessarily know. Actually, no. I don't even necessarily need the part about the Ten Tails being planetary, because I know that the Nine Tails is.
Okay.
And the Ten Tails should scale beyond that.
Yeah.
So then just Madara scaling to the Ten Tails is all then.
Okay, I got you. So, so you're aware that a Jinchuriki, right, at full power should scale above their tailed beast, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, because Madara is the Jubi Jinchuriki, right? Madara, and I don't know if you know, but like Madara, after he absorbs the Jubi, he gets like physical changes to his body. Same with like Jubito. And that's sort of like the equivalent of like KCM, except it's like passive for some reason. It's really kind of bizarre, but like when just being the Jinchuriki of a Jubi like inherently like gives you a Jubi form, hence Jubi Madara. So, and it scales above, right? And if you look at, like, what a Jinchuriki even does to get powered up, right? It's literally the Biju that's sealed inside of them, plus their own chakra. So it's the Biju's chakra plus their own chakra. You can even like argue multiplication, but I'm not gonna go there. So yeah, Madara's chakra
Sure.
plus the Jubi's chakra should be stronger than the Jubi.
Okay, I can accept that. Honestly, I can accept that your character has planetary levels of AP and durability within, what was this argument about the seventh gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can accept that totally. So, to my knowledge, the gates are basically within the body. There are several seals that you can unlock for you to increase the amount of chakra you can, I guess, output, if that makes sense. Is that how it works?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's basically
Sure.
limiters. Like you know how in real life there's like mental limiters placed on your muscles
Yeah.
to make sure you don't strain. It's
Yeah.
basically that, but like for chakra.
Yeah, and we know that chakra enhances durability, speed, and AP as well, right?
Yep.
So essentially, the argument I'm going to make is that because these need activation, I'm probably going to make the argument that Garou is going to be able to kill Might Guy before he even gets anywhere near the seventh gate.
Ooh, spicy. Let's go.
Okay, so there are two arguments that we would need to have here. We would need to have the argument: is Might Guy in base able to take multi-continental attacks? And then the second one is Might Guy fast enough to activate these gates?
Okay, it depends. How fast do you think Garou is? Let's go for that.
At minimum, he's going to be able to, at minimum, just unquantifiably blitz faster than light character.
Okay, can you show scans for that?
Sure.
Awesome sauce.
So, I don't know if do you need scans for Garou and, okay, hold on. Have you seen One Punch Man Season 2?
Not yet. I have homies that are like, bro, watch season 2, cause they always hype up Garou, because I'm a Boros tard. I think Boros is like the best character like in all of One Punch Man, including Saitama. Don't at me. But I haven't seen season 2, and they're like, bro, you have to. Garou's a Chad, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Just eventually, bro. Just give me time.
Okay. Do you have any contention with just, in general, that Monster Garou is going to be at least faster than Genos?
That should be fine. Yeah, cause Genos is like doo-doo compared to
Sure.
Saitama. So
I
yeah.
think you should, yeah, I was going to say, like, is that a grant that you can make? So, in the beginning of Season 2, there was a scene in which Genos fights a robot known as G4. And this G4 robot is basically shooting dozens of beams of light at Genos, which he is evading all at the same time, which should put Genos somewhere unquantifiably beyond faster than light. And then, of course, we would just put Garou in front of Genos in that scenario.
No, lasers aren't faster than light. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I could just post this, like, scan where Genos dodging these lasers. I can give you the entire fight if you want, but it's basically just consisting of Genos dodging these lasers.
Okay.
He even states them to be lasers while he's dodging them. He's saying that he has to stop them because he's not able to get close enough to land a critical blow on the G4 robot, but he's still dodging like dozens of them at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would just argue that Garou can speed blitz and one-shot Guy before he can activate the seals and become like meaningfully powerful.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Heck yeah. All right. I got this. All right. All right. So, Guy in base is able to react to reanimated Haku while Haku comes out of his ice mirrors, and Haku while using his ice mirrors is light speed, and that is in
Sure.
base.
So what I'm arguing, just to be clear, is that Genos is faster than light, and that Garou is faster than Genos. So in this scenario, Might Guy would be faster than light, but that second layer of being faster than a character is faster than light would need to be present as well.
Okay, I got
especially
you.
if he has to get through 7 layers to actually become meaningfully powerful.
Perfect. All right. So, yeah, this is just providing like base Guy has like at least decent stats, and then I'm gonna get into how fast he can activate the gates. If you, here, let me drop the clip. I don't know. Wait, you accept clips, right? I don't have to like go fishing around in the manga because I know some people are like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
Because I know some people
No,
like.
I'm not gonna be like. Yeah.
Like, no, you have to go to manga chapter 682 to get the
Yeah,
exact
no, no.
scan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you, this is hella laid back.
Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, so the next thing is going to be actual so would you agree that guy should be more proficient than using the gates than like 13, 14-year-old kid Lee?
I agree that he should be more proficient.
Yeah. Like because he has been
Um,
using the gates longer, he should have more mastery over them.
when you say more mastery, do you mean he's able to like use them longer or what?
Longer and faster and just overall better cuz you know it's like the gates, it's like you can train like how good you are. Like for instance, Lee, when he used like heck, even the first gate kind of doo-dooed on Lee back in part 1. But you know, in
Yeah.
Shippuden, he can basically like spam them. Like we see him throughout the war just like spamming the gates, and like Guy can do the same. He can just like spam them really hard, like even like higher gates. And that's another thing
Yeah.
too. As you get more proficient and like can use higher gates, the lower ones get easier. You would agree with all of that?
Yeah, sure. So I can accept my guy in Haku one because I remember that was what was it? That one like stupid glasses dude like made like the what swordsman of the mist like come back from the dead.
Oh
Remember?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Stupid
remember that.
glasses, dude. That's hilarious.
Kabu, Kabu, was it?
Kabuto.
Kabuto. Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I always used to think when people were talking about them, like, are you guys talking about One Punch Man? Are you talking about Carnage Kabuto?
That's hilarious. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. So Rock Lee, back in the tuning exams, was able to open the second gate so fast that not even like Kakashi, someone who should be faster than him at this point, could like he didn't even know like what just happened. Like literally, Lee had like he used the first gate,
Yeah.
and then he was like dying, and then he was still fighting Gara, and then he activated the second gate, and everyone was like, "Yo, what
Well,
just happened?"
I don't consider that to be very impressive, considering that back then, Kakashi was his only quantifiable speed feat was of course with him in the lightning, and as well you also remember during the original Haku fight that it was stated that Haku would completely dominate Kakashi, which would imply that he's not light speed either. So I don't know if that's that impressive, and I don't
Ooh.
even know if it's that impressive that uh, I don't know if Might Guy didn't know what was happening, but considering Might Guy also thought that Kakashi was a rival to him at that time as well, I don't even know if we have any light timers at that point in time.
Ooh, delicious. All right, let's go. So I'm just gonna argue that let's see. Let me get the calcs real quick. I actually have some from during his fight with Haku. There's a calc. I think it comes out to like sub rel or like rel, I believe. Whereas like Rock Lee without his gates should be like a lightning timer, like at best, pretty much. Scaling off of like Kid Sasuke. So even then, it would be like the different. And I forgot how high into sub rel. It might be rel. I forgot. It's either sub rel or rel. Let
Yeah,
me get the calc.
but lightning timer is so completely under the radar of light timers that that's not even that relevant. It depends on what sub rel is. Who are you referring to as displaying sub rel feats at that time?
Yeah, okay, so okay, wait. So the reason this is impressive, right, is that you know, this lightning timer character can open up because the whole contention right now is like, can Guy open the gates fast enough, right? So
Yeah,
basically what I'm saying is that because Lee, you know, someone who's like, you know, like 100 times, it's either 10 or 100 times slower than Kakashi, can open up the gates faster than said Kakashi, you know, can like even like comprehend what just happened.
yeah, but Kakashi also isn't that fast either. Kakashi's only quantifiably a lightning timer by that time, and if processing speed, because I would think that you need to process information for you to react to it. So if we can assume that his processing speed is relative to his reaction speed, then he's just still unable to see a movement that could just be extremely slower than light.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Here, let me get the scans real quick for Kakashi being above a lightning timer. I got you. No sweat.
Okay.
Let me see. Where is it? See, that's a Biju Bomb calc. Hold on. Sorry, I have like a ton of like Naruto calcs. This might take a
That's
little
so good.
while.
Were you claiming as sub-rel Kakashi?
Yeah, it's either subrel or rel via one calc. And then I think I have an FTL calc for like a little bit later on. Like still in part
Sure.
one though. Still in part one though. Just to be clear. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, one is actually calcing like the distance. Like Haku blitzing Kakashi in part one is unironically a good feat for Kakashi. It's kind of funny because I don't know if you like how good you are with like calcs and numbers and such, but if even if someone's faster than you, you can sort of gauge how fast you are in comparisons. Like how far away was Haku when he blitzed Kakashi, and like how quick, like if Kakashi moving at top speed and Haku were moving at the same at top speed, how far was the distance
Was
Haku traveled
Haku
at the same time,
was
basically.
Haku moving through a mirror when he blitzed Kakashi? Because
Yeah,
that's how he attains light speed.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Here, let's see. 1 second. Yeah, here. Here, this doesn't have the scan of Haku through moving through a mirror, but if you want, I can get like a clip of it so you can like watch it if you want.
No, I don't think you're being dishonest with me, so I'll just accept it.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's the calc.
Kakashi kills Haku.
Yeah,
Oh, are you talking about when okay, when he went to kill Zabuza? Okay.
yeah, and it comes out to 0.33c, rounding down, of course. So that's like a third the speed of light right there. And if we're assuming that like base weightless Lee is like a lightning timer, which like I said is like at best. That's if you assume lightning is Mach 1249, the distance between like even like 1% the speed of light would be like a 10 times difference. So that would be, and then multiply that by 2 for like 10%. Even though it's like 33%, even if we say it's only like 10%, right? That would still be 100 times difference. So if assuming,
Sure. I see something that I kind of want to question about this calculation.
go
So
for it.
this seems to presuppose that when Haku was trying to blitz in front of Kakashi, that as soon as he got in front of Kakashi, the lightning blade hit. So the issue with that is, let's say that I'm moving my hand towards the light switch, right? And somebody shoots a laser at the light switch that's going at the speed of light. When the laser arrives there, right? Because let's say that, because Kakashi is extremely close to Zabuza, right?
Hmm.
So the laser arrives there, and you assume that my hand reaches the light switch at the same time as the laser light, rather than the light having gotten there before my hand and standing there. Because if you're punching at something at a speed in which, presumably you're going your fastest speed with the intent to kill, obviously, and then Haku gets in front of him and waits there, you're not going to realize, because of the speed Haku's going at, that he's in front of you. And so you would hit him anyway. So I don't know if that's like a presumption that's justified. I don't see why Haku couldn't have gotten there way earlier and just stood there waiting, or like Kakashi did that.
Oh, I get you. Heck yeah! Actually, I love that. That analogy was golden. I love that. So, um,
It was off the cuff.
yeah, yeah, I know. That's why it's so good, because it's like it's good, and then you just came up with it on the spot, so it's like double good. So, all right. So yeah, so this is good because if it was like Haku got there and then Kakashi touchdown, that would be one thing, and I would agree with you. But the thing is, if Haku had time, then he wouldn't have just got jumped in front. He would have like pushed Zabuza out the way, something like
Actually,
that.
actually, I don't agree with that argument at all because we know that Haku was suicidal at that moment in time. We actually know that we actually know during the Sasuke fight, I believe, or the Sasuke Naruto fight, etc. I think it was they were talking about like Haku being like a weapon or a tool to Zabuza, and Haku felt as if he failed Zabuza and felt as if he was a broken tool. So we actually know that he thought that his life was meaningless at that time. So I think that we can actually say he intended to die, which I don't think discredits my argument because of that.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. Let me reword what I was saying a little bit. So I didn't mean like he would like not die. I'm saying like instead of just dying, he would have did something extra, right? He could have moved Zabuza like say a few degrees to the left or to the right rather.
Yes,
And
but that was. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to.
yeah, so if he moves Zabuza, right? I don't know how familiar you are with like combat, but if say Haku is in front of Kakashi getting stabbed by the lightning blade, and keep in mind, Haku held the lightning blade in his chest. So if he had time, he could have pushed Zabuza like to the right, where Zabuza could have had a chance while Haku was holding him to like cut Kakashi in half, and that would have been even better. And Haku, we know Haku is a combat genius, right? Zabuza says like yeah, Haku's like so good. He had natural talent, and he was like such a god. And
Yeah,
then he got his Kekkei Genkai, right? Which implies that he's like really strong and like fast and like intelligent, even without his Kekkei Genkai. Which would be the S
sure.
gears.
So I think that you could make that argument if his motivation was still to be a tool for Zabuza to use. Um, because it's like when he refers to himself as a tool, he's talking about what? He's talking about how it's his like duty to help Zabuza win or something.
Just
To
in
fulfill his
general.
goals.
Yeah, just in general. Like
Just in general, sure.
he just has to help Zabuza. Like period. Whatever Zabuza
So
wants, he's gonna help.
yeah, so I think the argument you're making would require him to still think of himself as a tool because pushing him out of the way and helping him gain leverage within the fight, that would be something that a tool would use. That'd be a tool would do, something that he would want to do in order to help Zabuza. But he stated earlier that he felt that he was not a functioning tool anymore. So I think that the better argument would be to say that his motivations for getting in front of Zabuza was not to help him as a tool, right? Which would explain why he didn't push him out of the way or try to help him get leverage in that fight, but was rather that he felt as if he should die. He was even asking Naruto to kill him before then. He wanted to die. He wasn't like acting as a tool. He was like acting as like the broken tool he thought he was that needed to be discarded. But I don't think that
Okay, so I get what you're saying, but if his motivation was like I do think his part of his motivation was to die, but it was also to be a tool one last time before he dies, right? Now,
Yeah,
if
but
he
if he wanted to do that, why did he ask Naruto to kill him beforehand instead of trying to help Zabuza again?
Okay, well that's sort of what I'm getting into, right? Because if he only wanted to die, there's nothing stopping him from just letting Naruto. Because Naruto's already in the process of like, yeah, I'm gonna stab this dude, right? So if he just wanted to die, he could have just stood there. Whereas he thought consciously like, oh no, Zabuza is about to die. Let me do like one. Actually, I think he says it. Let me see if I can get the scan. He says, I have one last action to perform, before I'm like done or something like that. Let me find that real quick.
Maybe I'm misremembering. Was Naruto actually going to stab him? Maybe
Yeah,
like rewatch it.
Yeah, he was. Here, actually, let me see if I can find a clip. Yeah, Naruto was. He was like, Naruto, please stab me. Or not stab. He didn't say stab, but he was like, Naruto, please just end me. I'm like, I'm done. Whatever. And then, afterward, Naruto was like, okay, whatever, man. And then he
Okay.
Naruto he lagged a little bit, but he was about to go through with it.
Sure, if you could provide that, because I seem to remember Naruto being extremely sympathetic and trying to convince him otherwise. Because Naruto thought Haiku was a good person, and that he was just being used.
Yeah, he did.
And
They debated about it a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but after Naruto realized he couldn't talk no his jutsu Haku, then he was about to kill him. I was just leaving out the fluff.
okay,
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I'm finding the clip. Where is it? It's towards the. It was like. Let me see. Where is it? I know it's towards the end of this clip. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. It's right. Okay, this is when it happens. Yeah, Haku says, I cannot die yet. Forgive me, Naruto, I cannot die yet. Here it is. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of the context leading up until that. Let me see. So he's fighting Naruto. Alright, Naruto's like doo-dooing on him with the QB cloak. And then, here it is. After the mask comes off. Alright, yeah, right. Right here. Timestamp. 12 minutes and 52 seconds. 1 second.
sure. Just to clarify that we're asking, I'm saying that if Naruto wasn't going to kill him, then he just decided that he had an opportunity present with Kakashi.
Yeah, no, Naruto
Now that I
was.
think about, oh god,
Yeah, Naruto was like about to stab him, and then Haku was like, "Oh crap, Zabuza's in trouble.
okay.
Like I gotta help him. I cannot die yet."
Come on. Hey, actually, can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Uh, we wouldn't have known about this like before, right, earlier. But do you think that Haku was purposefully designed in the feminine way he was, to be a reminder of Rin for Kakashi?
Um,
No, I'm serious.
Probably. Like, actually, yeah. Like that is probably a thing.
Because they look pretty similar, and the like his death is pretty similar to Rin's.
Yeah.
So what timestamp was it?
12:52. Yeah, I put it in the chat too. I put the timestamp.
12:52. Even though damn it, he punches him. Naruto, I want you to kill me. Please make it quick. Okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
Alright, so that's actually genuinely fine.
All right.
So, sure. So Kakashi's a third of the speed of light.
Right.
Then,
So the point I was getting at here is that the difference between Kid Lee and Kakashi is 100 times, right? If you say like if you downplay like this is actually a little bit of Kakashi downplay. Even if you only say like Kakashi was like 10% the speed of light, the difference between like a lightning timer and 1% the difference between a lightning timer and 10% the speed of light is a 100 times difference, give or take. So Lee is able to open the at least the second gate in the time frame that it like in like a so quick of a time frame that someone 100 times faster than him can't even perceive it.
sure. So so far, we have the argument that Rock Lee, is capable of opening it at least faster than within 1/3 of the speed of light. And then Light Guy should be able to open it somewhat faster than he is able to.
Right.
So where's the area? Maybe you're probably getting to it, but where's the area in which they cross the threshold of even light for it being able to transform?
Okay. You mean like what like you mean like how much training do they have to do? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean because even if you give the argument that they that somebody is a third of the speed of light, and then you have two unquantifiable layers on top of that, that's still potentially millions of miles per hour that's left up to interpretation.
Um. So you're saying
But,
like.
so like since it's unquantifiable, even if they because when you think about it, light speed is what, hundreds of millions? I think it's like 300 million times miles per hour.
Approximately, yeah.
So someone who's a third of that is 100 million. You have a 200 give or take million mile per hour difference to make up. So I mean, even if you say, well, just like look at them, right? They're clearly a lot faster. They can't even perceive it. That's still not necessarily light speed.
Oh,
Like,
I
for an
get you.
area,
No, I'm just arguing
yeah,
that it'll carry over. I'm saying like the faster you get, the faster, because everything you do is chakra based. So the faster you get, the more chakra you get, the faster you like your transformation time should be. It should be a linear increase, if that makes sense.
what should be a linear increase?
Like the activation time of like you being able to like activate the gates or whatever transformation. Oh, here's a perfect example. Perfect example. So the red-tailed cloaks that like Naruto, Killer Bee, and the rest of the Jinchuriki can do, right? Naruto is able to like it takes him like a while because he's like not that fast, right? So he it like takes him a while. He like he like grunts and all this crap before he can like use them. Whereas people like Killer Bee, who are like faster than Naruto by like a lot, they have like faster transformation times. Like Bee is able to like transform and like stuff, before faster people can like blitz him. Like I think it was like who was Naruto? Naruto
Oh,
was fighting.
transformation. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like Naruto.
Transformation times are greater than reaction and travel times.
Yeah, and the increase should be pretty linear, like how like Naruto, like when he used the red-tailed like transformations, against like Orochimaru, for instance, like Orochimaru's able to like laugh and like be like, haha, Naruto, you're starting to act more like a Jinchuriki, he's able to like have full dialogues while Naruto's transforming, whereas like when B transforms,
Yeah,
he like is able to do it in like a time frame where like other people can't just blitz him, or like they can't laugh at him mid transformation. You know what I mean?
sure. So the only issue that I have is that we have the set quantity, which is 100 million miles per hour, right? And let's say that we have 5 layers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Into this, we have the layer of Lee being faster to transform than Kakashi. We know that transformations are faster than movement and reaction speed. We know all these things, right? Um, Even if like we just like made up a random number, like 30, like every layer was 30 million miles per hour faster than the last layer, we still wouldn't make up the ground necessary to even get to light speed, and that's being very, very charitable. Um, because we know that, like, uh, we know that we have such like a huge ground to cover. So I'm just curious, where, because it feels like you're saying that it should intuitively make sense that they're like faster than light, but there's no actual way of knowing.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I get you. So basically, what I was trying to get at, right, is that since base guy in the war arc is light speed, right, his like transformation time would increase. It would be like linear with like like his speed in comparisons to Lee. So if Lee has a lightning timer, is his transformation speed is 100 times faster than his. 100 is the number again between like lightning timing and being like
Oh,
10% the speed of light. That's
sure. So you're saying that his transformation should be like 100 times the speed of light
exactamungo,
based
yeah.
on. Okay. So then you have 100 times the speed of light, my guy. Um, sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for right now.
Then, do you think that he's going to go to? Here's like a weird argument. Do you think that he's going to go to these gates? So, do you know like the in character arguments people? I hate making them, but I like.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
I'm just gonna make it anyway. Do you think that Might Guy? Because the only reason he really did so against Madara is because they had a lot of build up about Madara's power. He was able to witness it long term. Um, I don't think he's going to go into these gates just right off the bat, and I think he's going to get speed blitzed and one shotted because of it.
Yeah, I get you, I
Whereas
get you.
Garou was, yeah, whereas Garou was like, he's known for really quick fights. Like, I can link you the fight to Golden Sperm, where he walks up to Golden Sperm, blitzes him, and just kills him. Right? There's
Yeah.
like no dialogue. There's nothing.
Yeah, I get you. So, yeah, so Guy is the type of person, man, I love talking about, I love that you brought this up because I love talking about characters because I'm into psychology. So, when, so Guy's the type of person that when he fights you, he can like sort of gauge like your level. Like I know this is like very odd because Guy's supposed to be like this talentless loser. At least when he was a kid. Um, but he can sort of gauge your level. Like the fact that when Guy was like standing across from Kisame's like 30% clone, he was like, all right, I can take this dude, right? And then he was able to like swap hands with Kisame and fight him to a degree. Actually, I personally think Guy was like winning. That is a little bit debatable, but I personally think he was winning against like Kisame like normally. And then when Guy went into like the water, right? Because Kisame like did this like giant water jutsu after he had already did a giant water jutsu. Then Guy got like trapped underwater, and then he was like, oh snap, I'm underwater. He tried swimming like out of it, but then I think one of Kisame's like water like sharks or something like caught Guy like off guard. They off guarded him underwater, and then he's like, "Oh snap! I need the gates, right?" And he not only did he use the gates instantly, but he went to the exact gate that he needed in order to one shot all of the sharks and then doo doo slam Kisame like really hard.
Okay. So, let's see. What are all the fights? So he's fought Kisame that I actually don't know who he's fought outside of Madara and Kisame. Um,
Let's see.
he fought Itachi, which actually, if that's the case, and he would have known that Itachi would just dog him, like just dog his shit. I don't think he would disagree with when he fought Itachi after rescuing Kakashi, who had just been placed under a genjutsu. I don't think you would argue that Itachi at that level would have just completely just not bodied him, right?
Well,
Um,
the thing about Itachi versus like Guy is the fact that 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 what's it called, that Itachi was like really reluctant to use his MS, and he used it only for like a split second against Guy, and then afterward he wasn't like using it a whole bunch because he'd go blind, and he was trying to like not die for as long as possible to fight Sasuke.
yeah, but
And
even just his chakra levels, because I'm thinking presumably that's how Guy would detect how powerful these guys are, because that's a measurement of their potential power.
Mhm.
We know that maybe I'm not too big of a Naruto scaler, but we know that this dude was fighting Kabuto. This dude was fighting what is it? This dude was fighting. He was stated to have been holding back against Sasuke when he fought Sasuke, and of course he fought. Who did he fight? Did he fight? No, I don't want to bring up. I'm not going to bring up Edo's statement because him and Edo should be stronger than he was when alive.
Well, hold on, real
But
quick. Edo Itachi was stronger than sick Itachi, but weaker than like prime alive
yeah, I
Itachi,
know.
because Itachi, when like around the
Yeah,
time when he fought Guy, quote unquote, because it wasn't even a full length fight actually. Guy like showed up and like boxed a little bit, I think, with like Kisame, and I think he tried to like
yeah.
kick
But
Itachi.
why didn't he go? But why didn't he go with those gates off the bat?
Sure.
If he knew that
Yeah, Guy actually fights people that are like stronger than him. That aren't, they're, as long as they're in the same tier, which base Guy and Itachi should have been at this point, because like sick Itachi shouldn't be like all that strong. Like even if you say like he
I
scales
disagree.
somewhat. Oh, go on.
I disagree. He should scale relative to Sasuke, who he held back against. That Sasuke at that time had literally I don't think that he was weaker than Guy at that point in time. This was the one who fought Datara. This is the one who fought Orochimaru,
Yeah, I
as
get
well
you.
as
Real quick though,
yeah,
that's a little bit of a straw man. I'm not saying he's like weaker. I'm saying like they're in the same like realm, like they're in the same like tier. Cause Guy, not Guy. I'm sorry.
I don't
Yeah,
even
Guy.
agree with that.
Okay, so I guess I can get into like a little bit of like why they should be at least somewhat relevant. Because the reason Guy will like fight some people that are in the same tier is like he sort of knows what to look out for in terms of like taijutsu. Like he has this thing. Now I don't want to get into skill too much, but he has this like ability where like when he fights you, he can make you like throw the punch or the kick or just strikes in general. He can make you throw the strike that he wants you to throw. So and he sort of like mentions like that's why he's able to like fight people. Actually, he mentions that's why Lee in base like loses to Neji, like consistently. It's because like Lee doesn't use the technique, and he like told that in like a flashback in the anime. So like as long as they're in the same
Yeah,
tier, and basically the reason why I'm saying they're in the same tier is because like MS Sasuke, I mean not MS Sasuke, regular Sharingan Sasuke, like when he fought Orochimaru, like people say he beat Orochimaru, which is true, but that Orochimaru was like I don't want to sound like I'm parodying like Swag Kage or anything, but like he was on his literal deathbed, like he was coughing up blood, like literally, he was coughing up blood. He was like, "Bring me Sasuke. I need a new body." And then Sasuke was like, "I'm here, but I'm not gonna give you my body.
yeah.
Here, let me stab you." And Orochimaru was like so weakened that like even after he was like fighting Sasuke, he didn't want to do it like in like normal reality. He like instantly put Sasuke into like his own like mental universe that he had full control over all of the like everything in it. Um, and then after he did that, it was like this mental battle, which Orochimaru was being a retard because he should have known he couldn't beat Sasuke in a mental battle. I don't know why he thought he can do that, but anyway. Man, I hate that
Sure,
guy. I hate Orochimaru so
sure.
much.
So sure. So I can, I guess, make one last argument then. Um, hmm. So Do you think that? So I think that Garou is not only immortal but has infinite endurance.
Hmm.
No.
Immortal and infinite endurance. Interesting. Okay. So what type of
Yeah.
immortality does Garou have? If Guy punches like his soul into the ground, and like damages like parts of his soul, do you think he can like survive that?
What do you mean punch it? Like literally punch his soul,
Yeah,
or
I
what?
mean yeah, I mean that literally. I can explain if you want,
Does he
like
have
in
soul
depth.
hack?
Yeah,
Does he
so
have soul hack?
the way chakra works is it's partly physical, partly spiritual, and partly mental. And the way, because Guy, even though he doesn't use like normal ninjutsu, all Naruto characters have like a, I don't want to say chakra cloak because then people think like KCM1 and the tail cloaks, but it's like a layer of chakra that like surrounds their body and that amps them. Even like Rock Lee in the tuning exams. I don't know if you know, like I don't know if you remember this scene, but when Sasuke was about to like kick like these random like goons that were like tuning, I think, or like yeah, they were like tuning in the tuning exams, or something. And he was like about to kick them, and Lee was like, he grabbed his kick and was like, "Let's not fight here. Let's wait until the exams or something." And Sasuke was like, "Dang, the chakra in his arms. That's crazy, bro. He's like mad strong, you know." So even people like Kid Lee can like amp their like physical punches with chakra. So what happens when Guy like laces his hand with like soul juice and punches Garo, like really hard.
Wait, you still? I didn't hear anything that said that the punches would interact with the soul. Only that the soul could help power up the physical stats.
Sure. So the argument here is that when you, cause keep in mind, right, all it really is, right, is like soul energy, right, and it the way it works is it's not like transmuting it to become its own thing, right. So all it really is like a layer. It's like okay, so imagine if like there was a character, right, and they have like soul juice, right? And physical juice and mental juice, right? And they can
Yeah.
add the mental energy, right? Because all chakra is like physical, mental, and spiritual energy, right? And they cover their fist in it, right?
Yeah.
So that would essentially be like using a
Yeah.
piece of a soul to like smack you, right? And of course, souls we know
I
can
don't think
logically
so. I think
damage.
it's using. I think it's using that. I think it's using that soul juice to increase the physical juice. If that
Hmm.
makes.
Yeah, I get what you're.
So
Okay,
so they're.
I'll go on.
Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah, so all I was really saying is that it's essentially the same as like them wrapping like us like their hand in a soul, right? Like cuz we know souls can damage other souls, right? And it's sort of like it's like this, right? If you use physical energy to damage people physically, right? Like the collapsing star roaring cannon was like a physical blast and it's made out of physical energy to
Yeah.
physically blast Saitama, right? So if you have energy that's mental energy, it would work the same logically speaking via Occam's razor as as a physical energy would damage a physical thing, so it would therefore logically be able to damage someone spiritually because it's spiritual energy.
So as far as I'm aware, when it comes to Naruto, they've never actually tampered with somebody's soul. So I've just known that they have their chakra, which you can say is part soul energy, and then the chakra is absorbed into, say, their hands or their feet or their body, in order to perform feats of like physical ability they usually couldn't. I've never seen any evidence that they have any soul hack abilities.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got you, bro. So, I love bringing this up. Actually, I actually have these scans right here because I recently made a video on like how chakra works. Shameless plug. um, and yeah,
Nice.
there's a jutsu made by Toby Rama that lets a person like when they're like dying, to let them like control their own soul and like go wherever. This is shown where like Tsunade's lover, because he was reanimated,
Oh,
and
I'm
he
aware. Yeah, I'm aware of that one.
yeah, so there's jutsu like that, as well as the reanimation jutsu itself, right? Like the entire shtick is like you're summoning like a soul from the dead into like a body, stuff like that. Also, if like one of your concerns was like people don't like normally mention that their soul is dying, that's because sort of like I mentioned, it's not only like to like it's not only offense, but it's also defense. Like the sort of cloak is like it's astral offense and defense like at the same time.
Yeah, but does Might Guy utilize any kind of attacks that are able to damage the soul? Because I can acknowledge that there are people who can control what happens to their soul, or where it goes within Naruto, but not that they're utilizing attacks which damage another person's soul.
Um. So. So wait, what would be the problem with them using the same mental energy that they use to like control and summon souls for punching? I don't understand.
Sure. So if they're using their mental energy, they're collecting it and gathering it in their fists, and they go from able to punch like a hole in their like mom's like wall when she tells them to get off the computer, to being able to blow the whole house down, right? Because their father didn't come back from the store. Then I would think that's a matter of physical ability. I don't know that there's any kind of maybe I know you're trying to say there's like an implicit suggestion that that's the case, but it's never really been demonstrated, and I don't even think it's implied.
Hmm. Okay, wait. What's the problem with using like spiritual energy for like amping your physicality and your spirituality at the same time? Like, why are they
Because
mutually exclusive?
because the second one is assumed. It seems like the only one that's actually demonstrated is that you like transformed your mental or spiritual energy into physical energy. Not that it's both.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So, real quick, let me ask you a question. Do you think Occam's razor is like valid?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I would just argue that because we know this spiritual energy is, spiritual energy, it would take the least amount of assumptions to say that it damages people spiritually. Like the
Well,
amping.
actually, I would think that I think it would stand to reason that it's on my side because if we know that the physical ability before the chakra, which is part spiritual energy, is less powerful than after the spiritual energy is implied to the physical ability, then that would just be using the spiritual energy to exponentially increase your physical force, and then to assume that there's also another kind of just force, like somehow utilizing the spiritual energy for like spirit-based attacks. That seems like
Well, hold on. You
a
said
path of
somehow.
more assumption.
Hold on. You said somehow another. Like you said, it's somehow another. Another type of spiritual energy. That
Yeah,
somehow
but I think
right
the only thing
there
to
is an assumption. That's somehow. Like you'd have to assume some other way. With my line of reasoning, there's no somehows. I used everything is sealed, right? Whereas you left a gap, right? That somehow is a gap in your argument.
sure. So if you have physical energy, right, you have AP,
Mhm.
and then you know that you're able to put spiritual or mental energy as well to boost that physical AP. Well, presumably, that mental or spiritual energy, had to go somewhere, and so it would have gone into your physical AP if you can like demonstrate that that's what's increasing.
Oh, I get what
So
you're
then
saying.
to say that, yeah, so to say that you're also utilizing spirit hacks when that's not really demonstrated, that just seems like an assumption.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Also, so here's one thing that I just remembered. I actually forgot, which is funny because I always bring this up. But Naruto himself has shown to like grab his soul, like physically grab it with like his QB chakra arms, which are it's just what it sounds like. It's literally just like arms made of like chakra. And there's like never been any sort of like saying that like Biju bombs, for instance, like B says that Biju bombs and the Rasengan are like practically the exact same jutsu. And all Biju bombs literally are is just QB chakra in like a bomb,
Yeah.
right? So just based off of that, we know that it's not too different than like normal ninja chakra. And again, Naruto used the QB chakra to like grab his soul. So yeah, it is soul interactable, by default.
Okay. Um, if you want to leave that point up to Thanos, that's fine. I'm not sure about it still.
Okay,
I,
that's
I
fine.
actually genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's fine.
But I was just gonna make the point that because he's immortal and has infinite endurance due to fighting spirit, that he would just last the entire fight until Guy, presumably just knocked himself out because of the amount of chakra he was expending.
Okay. Let me see if I have anything else. So, what type of immortality is it? Can you like explain it a little bit?
This is just like I don't know what type it is on some versus battle nerd stuff,
No, no,
but
don't use that.
this
Yo,
is
people tell me the numbers and I don't know what they're talking about. Like some people actually get mad at me for not remembering like the number immortality. Just like just like describe it. That's all I want.
hold on, my dog just took a crap.
Okay.
believe I have to do this. Are you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just been stated that he's died before, and then he came back. Like, this happened on two separate occasions.
So is it like respawn?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so how long does it take him to respawn?
Like seconds at most.
Okay. Is it respawning from like his entire body dying, or just like like him bleeding out? Like, what can he come back
No,
from?
it's just
What are the limits?
like irreversible damage to his organs.
Okay.
Basically, that's it.
So organ damage. Okay. How many organs? Was it just one or multiple?
It wasn't stated. It was just after he received um blunt trauma to his body. He stated he was going to die, and then he died, and then he came back.
Okay.
So one of the examples was Darkshine ramming into his rib cage, to which he stated he would die, and then he continued fighting later.
Okay, okay, I get you. So like damage to the midsection. Okay, I see. So what happens? Oh, let me think. Actually, let me see. What do I want to use? Hmm. So what happens when? Hold on, give me a sec. I don't know what I want to use right now.
Okay.
Two parts of my brain's telling me to use two different things. One sec. hmm. Okay, so I'm just gonna argue that all Guy has to do is like after he kills him, right? Before he can respawn, all he's gonna do is if he kills him, right? He's gonna like to make sure he's dead. Because he's used to fighting, like, like Edo Tensei's, right? Like, reanimated Haku was obviously reanimated, which means he's a zombie with, like, unlimited chakra, all that jazz, right? Well, not unlimited chakra, but, like, unlimited, what do you call it? Like, regen, basically, right? And they can't die. Since he's used to fighting people like that, what he'll probably do is, like, while, Garou's, like, body's laying on the ground, he's gonna, like, just to make sure he's dead, like, blast him with the Hirudora or something, just to, like, completely, like, destroy his body. And keep in mind, since Garou's already, like, quote-unquote dead, even though he can respawn, his body's off guard, right? And I guess unless you can demonstrate that like full power Garou is the same as like like dead Garou, Garou's body should like like completely get destroyed.
Oh, so I can uh make the argument then that the other occasion in which he died was when Overgrown Rover shot his entire body with a multi-continental energy beam. We know it's multi-continental because Saitama was able to punch Overgrown Rover and literally like nothing happened. And then Garou's most powerful attacks were not able to hurt Overgrown Rover at this time.
Okay.
And then Garou's entire body was enveloped by this, and this should have been exponentially like a more powerful ray than Garou's body would have been able to handle anyway. He just got up from it. So I'm probably going to argue that even if my guy is exponentially more powerful than Garou, his entire body is able to withstand like that shit. So I don't know.
Okay, can you provide scans for that? I just noticed Thanos is deafened, and I don't know how long he's been deafened, but just provide scans, and then we can see what Thanos missed.
Hi.
Yo, perfect
Hi.
timing. What did you miss? Because I noticed you were deafened just then.
No, I have complete. I was gone for like maybe 10 minutes because my friend sent me like something important that I had to listen to.
Oh, okay. Did you hear the like the soul arguments that we were making?
I heard the beginning of that.
Okay. Um. Okay. So Fork. So you want to drop the scans and then we can like go over some of like the points we made for like the soul point.
Um, Probably I'll probably just drop them. The scans. The other recording.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm getting low
Yeah,
on
I'll
battery,
just
so
look.
maybe.
Look, I'll just listen to the recording. Like
Sure.
Okay.
Because I'm getting low on battery anyway. This is going to be my last point.
Okay.
Here's the scan of that occurring. His entire body is completely enveloped by a ray beam that he should not be able to handle at all. This is human Garou. This is not multi-continental Garou. Like, at most, this is, like, large country Garou.
Okay. Um. Okay. Um. Okay. Well, at that point, I would just. Hmm. Okay. At that point, I would just argue that. Okay. Wait. What level multi-continental is this? Like, is it like just the like Saitama
Uh,
multi-continental?
yeah, the rover that's hitting Garou with this blast was able to tank Saitama's attacks as well.
Okay. Okay. Um. Hmm. So I would just argue that All right. So at this point, hold on, give me a couple seconds.
Okay, I'm just arguing, by the way, that even Light Guy's exponentially higher power wouldn't be able to destroy his body.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So at this point, all I would argue is that Guy, when he realizes that it takes like a long time, all I would argue is Guy would just get stronger because he wants to until he can destroy Garo's entire body. Because I'm sure, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but like I'm pretty sure you know about this. It's Guy's like his entire like slogan is like today better than yesterday, and he actually on numerous occasions, or not numerous, but like on a couple occasions, has like won fights with people specifically because like he improved like mid fight. One on screen example is the fact that what's it called when him Lee, now this is in the anime, I think it's like anime only, but it's referenced in the data book, so it should be canon, because we know the data books are made by Kishimoto himself. So Guy,
Yeah.
yeah, so Guy actually was fighting a clone of himself, made with these like tags made by Nagato, and the clones actually appear equal to the user at the time that the user like set off the tags, because the tags are like a trap, right? So after
Yeah.
Guy sprung the trap, he ended up fighting his clone, and he was equal, right? Obviously, and then he didn't like activate any of the gates, so it's not like that, right? He literally just was like, it's equal to me. Like him and Lee, they were like, they're equal to us when we first opened the tags, and now we've gotten tired, so all we have to do is get stronger. And then Guy, Lee, Neji, and even like Ten, man, I hate Ten so much. Ten's retarded. Even Ten, they just like got stronger because they wanted to, strong enough to like literally beat the crap out of the clones of themselves. I think they like five-shotted their clones or something like that.
Okay, so actually, I think that's negated because Garou does the exact same thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it in scans. It's when he's fighting Darkshine. This is one of the many examples where just during mid-fight, even when he's getting his ass kicked, even like prior, like when he was getting his ass kicked, his movements were getting faster. And then I can show you scans with Bang versus and Bomb versus Garou when they were just bodying him, and like they said that it's abnormal that he's even able to stand, and then he just unleashes a fury of attacks that surprises them with his strength. He
Okay.
actually even improves physically. So I think even if you make this argument, Garou's just going to keep getting stronger as well, and it's not going to help you at all.
Okay. Okay. So I'm ready to go to conclusions, but I guess no, yeah, it's fine. We can go to conclusions now. That's fine if you want.
Sure,
All right.
sure. So I can conclude first. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Sure. So my conclusion is that Garou is able to, his body and is able to sustain damage exponentially higher than it should be able to and still remain intact, as shown with the overgrown rover scan. And he's also immortal, as shown with the overgrown rover scan as well. He's able to respawn within seconds. I've also provided evidence that he's able to adapt and grow stronger over time, so Might Guy doing the same in an attempt to destroy him isn't going to work either. Garou is going to be able to simply outlast with his immortality and endurance Might Guy, especially because Guy is going to be using the gates, which are infamous for draining chakra at exponentially high levels during the fight, and so he's just going to outlast him when Guy is unable to really move anymore because all of his chakra has been given up. He's just literally just going to kill him. because he'll still be multi-continental one guy, has no chakra to amp any of his physical abilities at all. Um, that's basically the conclusion I have.
All right, cool, sweet. So my conclusion is that I think Guy since he has the soul stuff that I brought up earlier, right? Amping his like physical body with like chakra, that he should just be able to neg Garo's his like respawn immortality just by like doing too much damage to his soul that he just can't respawn. Again with his punches because they amp their punches with chakra, which is partly spiritual. Also, um, you know, what's you call it? Guy, we went over like I had higher AP, so the soul damage argument would definitely work because I have higher AP. We didn't really go over like speed that much. Although like I guess like our speed, like base Guy was like relative in speed, and we know the gates are exponential. I don't want to get too much into that because we didn't go over it too much in the debate. But for the thing about like the gates being like draining him, I sort of brought up during the debate that like Lee was spamming it. I don't know who remembers this, but I did bring up that Lee is able to use them like in the war like all the time. Pretty much same thing with Guy. So Guy would be able to last at least long enough for the like respawn negging soul hacks to basically work in this instance, and just beat the crap out of him just sort of in general, and possibly destroy his body just with like while he like Garo's down, just like blast him with like a Hiridora or something. That's basically my conclusion. That was fun.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be right back.
All right,
Dog.
yo,
That was pretty good from what I heard.
Oh, so I wasn't getting destroyed? I feel good about that. Because before
I
the...
mean, from what I heard, I think Forks was winning, but like from what I missed out, it's possible that you could have come back.
Yeah. Because, like, I was low-key... Like, not even gonna lie, coming into the debate, I was mad shook. At the beginning, I started sweating. Like, unironically. Um, like...
You always do better than you think you do. That's just what I've noticed for myself as well. Yeah, like I'll come into debates with. I think yeah, like this like has happened like in previous debates I've gone in. Like in my debate with Isk, I thought I was gonna get destroyed. I beat him. In my debate with Dream, I thought it was gonna be like him beating me by event. I beat him as well. I just like I think I tend to lowball myself just like subconsciously.
Yeah. Yeah, I it's funny because like I've like told Cyber like how good I thought I was, and he was like, "Nah, you're definitely lowballing yourself," and I was like, I don't know if I believe you." So I've been like debating people that are
Yeah,
like better to see who was right, me or Cyber.
yeah. Like it's weird because like I'm never really scared like going into like a debate with Cyber because like I don't know because me and him are cool, right?
Mhm.
And like I think I just like I think I'm competent enough to like hold my own against him. But with other people I haven't debated before, it's always more risky.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely get that. Yeah, cause I know like a lot of people that have like clout, and I haven't debated them before that are supposed to be good, and like cause people hype, cause I try and like cause I'm cool with like most people on Discord, so like I'll talk to everyone, and if I get more than like 3 people to say like yeah this person's so good, oh my gosh bro, after something like that I'll be shook until I debate them, and like if I do good, then I'll be like, huh, not bad.
Yeah, people tend to overrate like the difference between debaters. Like Ace was able to like last a bit against Arrow as well. Like and I think you'd probably like scale to at the very least to Ace. So like it's just yeah, like people like Cho's been able to swap hands with Jen. right?
Hmm.
As is Godspeed, and Jin's supposed to be like really good. So
Yeah.
like people just like overrate the difference between a lot of debaters.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want Godspeed to be good. I'm biased. He's not that good.
Yeah,
No, any of his
it's
feats
just
they
like
don't
that just
count.
goes. Yeah, like that really just supports my point more. Like if those guys were able to do shit like that, it's just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me end the recording real quick. Hold on. Let me mute real quick while I do my little outro. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. The Cool Geek out. Bye. Oh yeah. Also give your judgment down below, just because. All right. Yeah. The Cool Geek out. Bye.